All right, so here is everything that's going to come in your display box kit. Uh, this is the base here with the lights pre-installed. You'll have your back plate, your two sides, front plate, top plate, your two shelves with their spacers, and then this is kind of your sub plate, and I'll show that here in a second. You've got your trophy pedestals. They're going to take just a tiny bit of assembly, your power supply for your lights, and then the hardware to assemble everything. What's not included is a screwdriver. You will need one of those, and I use a microfiber cloth just to keep everything clean. When it arrives, some pieces might have the protective film on it, some might not. It just sort of depends on how we put it together here. For instance, with the logo on it, we had to take the paper off to be able to put the logo onto there. But most pieces will need to have the plastic removed. It's just find a corner and peel it away. So let's get to assembling. Go ahead and take the back plate. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab the first screw and the first cube bracket. The cube brackets are universal. They can go any which way. Feed the first screw through the back and hold it with a finger. Take your cube bracket and just sort of hand thread it onto here. Do not make it tight. Make it snug, but do not make it super tight. The tighter you make things, the more chance you run with the acrylic cracking, which is not good for anybody. Second screw, and it does not matter which order you do this in, but like I said, feed the screws up from the bottom, hold them in place, take a bracket, thread it onto the screw. So this one's a little offset. You can see here, it's snug, but it's not straight. When that happens, just kind of re-unscrew it, hold the screw, and then kind of just sort of keep slowly twisting it until it does line up and become snug like that. Pretty self-explanatory. You're going to keep doing this all the way around. Nothing here should be binding or twisting or tight or creating any sort of torque or tension. It should just be nice and flush and smooth. If one of the cube brackets, sometimes when these are machined, some of the holes in them are not machined dead straight. So when that happens, just if it's not threading on here by hand, just take it off, twist it, try again. I promise you it will line up and work. So now that we've got our initial brackets on, we're going to take our first side panel. This is all symmetrical. So in this case, this logo is going to face this way. If you ordered it and you want it to face another way, just take it, put it on the other side, it'll face the other way. All these are symmetrical and interchangeable. So go ahead and line the panel up to the grooves that are cut in the back plate. Hold it there. Take another screw, push into the hole. Again, very easily, should just slide right in. Don't use a lot of force or pressure. Take your screwdriver and now begin to tighten that down. Again, just very, very, just make it snug. Do not make it very tight. And you guys will get a better view here on the other side. So that one's good. Slide it over. Next panel, again, symmetrical. It can go any which way. Two screws, two brackets. Oh, we already have brackets. Same thing, take the grooves, line them up, and just sort of hold it there. Take your first screw, get it into the hole. You can start feeding it or threading it just with fingertips just to hold it. Second screw, next hole. Same thing, you can kind of get it just sort of finger tight there. Sometimes they don't want to take a bite. Once it's lined up, screwdriver in, nice and slow, just a little bit of tension. Now that these are done, you can go ahead and do the top part here. It's a little easier to manipulate now. You can hold the bracket and use your screwdriver to get it nice and snug. Repeat on the other side. So that one's off a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the bracket and then I'm going to tighten the screw down to get it snug. Last bracket. Pop her in the hole there. Hand thread. It's off again. Not a big deal. Make this cube bracket straight. Use your screwdriver to add a little bit of tension onto the screw. Now you're gonna take your front piece. When you get this, there's gonna be a kind of like an ornate groove cut into it. You want that side to be facing inward. So when you take all the plastic off, peel everything off, get it nice and clear and clean, the groove faces inside. Go ahead and line this up. Everything should be pretty snug and held in place at this point. Again, it does not matter which order you go in. Everything is symmetrical. Get all your grooves lined up. Start feeding your screws down in. Sometimes you can't see it, but these brackets may be twisted just a little as you're screwing it in. If that's the case, loosen one side just a little bit. Screw the top one in all the way, and then go back in and make the side snug. That is the main part of the box. From here, take your top plate, and again, yours will likely look different. It may have an engraving, it may have other stuff on it. Again, symmetrical, does not matter which way it goes on. However, if you do have an engraving, the engraving faces the inside of the box. It's engraved side down. Take that, line that up in all the grooves nice and flush, and repeat the process again. And your box is now complete. It's nice and secure, held together very well. Move to your base plate. Go ahead and grab your sub base plate. These grooves are gonna set into the lights and align with these holes. Just like so. And again, you know, you might get finger smudges and whatnot. That's what the cloth is for. I do suggest doing it all at the end because you might get dust and whatnot on it. Grab your spacers. This may take a little bit of elbow grease, but I promise you're not going to break anything. Start pushing it into the hole and twisting it as you go into it. It's going to sit nice and flush in there. Same thing with the next one. As you're pushing, twist down, and it's going to lock in. That one's a little snug, just a little bit of torque to get it down in there. And like I said, twist on it a little bit. And you might need to flip it over like I just did there. Just go nice and slow. And there it is, locked in. Oh, I lied. So keep twisting and you'll feel it. There it is, locked in. You'll feel it set down into the hole. Once that's done, first shelf, there's rings on the bottom. They're cut to line up with each of these. Take the first one, push her down on there. Second one, same thing. Push this down on here. And again, there's thumbprints. Grab your cloth, just wipe it off. Not a big deal. And there is your base. From here, you're gonna take your box, or your lid, so to speak. The brackets on the bottom are gonna align with the notches on the base. Just set it down over, line those brackets up. It might not line up right off the bat. You may need to kind of shimmy it, but it will drop down on there, fit snug, and not move around. And that is your completed display box. Again, all the film will be removed. Remove it from the sides. You can leave the back on, no one's gonna see it. The main base here, you're gonna wanna peel that off. If yours comes with the paper on it. Again, it's just how we manufacture it here. Dictates that the paper or plastics on it. And that is your display box. The power cord, these are actually designed to hold 6 lights. So if you do want to add more lights to it further down the road, you can just buy the lights individually, plug them in, and you're good to go. There is a switch to turn it on and off. You can also, you can buy dimmers and that sort of stuff to add to it, and IR remotes and what have you. Take the plugs. It does not matter which one of these they go into. But just snap them in there, nice and easy. That's done. That goes into the wall, and your box is complete. For the trophies, depending on what you get, all the trophies are the same. They come with the different Super Bowl years. These are designed to be shipped easier, and that way they don't break in transit. Each one is going to come with a plastic film over it, again, just to protect it from getting all scratched up. Peel that film off. On the front side, on the trophy mount itself, there's going to be an engraved triangle. It does not matter which way you face that. You can face it up, you can face it down, doesn't matter. You're also, once you figure out which way you want to place it, you're going to take this film here and peel that, masking, and peel that off. That's going to expose the 3M layer. Take your Super Bowl year and just line it up on there. Give it a good little push, and that will complete the trophy assembly. When it's all said and done, it's going to sit here like that. You're then going to take a trophy. The trophies will come with the adhesive on the bottom of them. The trophy is designed to sit into the triangle, so that way you guys can line it up nice and perfect. Peel that film off, that masking off, peel that off, push it over the where the triangle is cut out, and your trophy will be perfectly centered onto it. And that is the trophy assembly. Again, these ship apart, that way they're not broken or damaged in transit, and that way you guys can kind of figure out how you want to put them together. But other than that, that would be the complete assembly of your display box.